Hey, y'all. Hey. Hi. Hi. The latch is broke. Boo. Boo. Let's go talk about it, okay? Okay, hi. Let's get close. Let's get up close and personal, okay? Ugh. Well, I was at the park, got my stretching done, and I went to open up my hatch and then push it back down. It didn't do anything. You know, it's like, oh my gosh. Well, the latch thing is broke. The actual thing inside the hatch that swivels, it hooks on. Yeah. Now, I did have trouble with this door here. I still haven't got that totally fixed. I find it kind of interesting that it seems to be the door latches that are falling apart in this car. This is a restored title vehicle. It was in an accident and they totaled the car. But it was hit on the passenger front side. And really nothing else is wrong with it. A lot of people suggested, oh no, don't ever put your money in a salvage title. Well, I kind of had to take a chance on it because I was in Quartzsite and my previous 2006 Kia Sedona it blew too many gaskets, as they say, you know. You'd always tell somebody if they're going to go, don't blow a gasket, settle down. Well, my Kia Sedona didn't settle down and it blew too many gaskets and there was just oil leaking. And I took it to a mechanic in Yuma. I drove down to Yuma, an hour away from Quartzsite, and he didn't want to work on it. He said, that'd be like rebuilding an engine, and I'm just not into that. So, sorry, I'm not going to fix your car. I was refused by a mechanic. It was sad. It was so sad to be refused even by a mechanic, you know, to fix my car. Okay, so immediately I was really sad and I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I went right on Craigslist and I looked in Tucson. And I thought there was a Kia Sedona in there, another Kia, 2014. And there were a couple other cars too. And Paul drove me to Tucson. And I had to make a decision. I needed a car. I mean, I'm out boondocking and my car doesn't run anymore. What am I going to do? So I bought this. It was a salvage title, kind of scary. But I took a chance, and I'm kind of glad I did. It would cost $8,000 for this car. I paid cash. And that night I spent in front of my daughter's house. We both spent the night there, and then Paul drove back to Quartzsite, and I followed him and drove this back there. Got, the paperwork done before we left and headed on down the road. It was an amazing situation. Yeah. Okay, so, but, I really haven't, the only trouble I had right away was I couldn't get up the hood. They didn't balance where the hood latch was with the actual latch thing or whatever. Yeah, it was, pretty crazy. But other than that, I've not had any trouble with this car. So, and I've had it now for 2 years almost exactly. 2 years almost exactly I've had this. But my front driver's side, the latch, where you shut the door and then you go to pull out the handle and it unlatches, that broke. And now this one, it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so here's what I did. And then, you know, when you're in van life and this is your car, because obviously I've got that bungee on there. I mean, anybody can break into it. I don't know if you noticed, but I have it parked up against a pole. That way, if I'm in here, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to stay with my van until I get it fixed. So let me just show you what I did. See, they can't even open it up all the way. Yeah, I thought that would be the best way to go, you know? That way I don't have to worry about, oh, I would probably hear them. But just, I don't want anybody just grabbing it and opening it up, undoing the bungee. Okay, so, I was pretty bummed out. You know, that worried feeling starts overtaking you. Because this is, I mean, I bet even if you live in a house and you have a car, I bet it is worrisome. I really do bet it is. Now, I'm going to finish up talking in here because I can tell there's a lot of traffic and it's going to be annoying. So let me get all set up in here, okay? Okay? Hold on. Okay, I can finish my story now. You can probably hear a little bit out there, but it doesn't seem to bother me. But then when I play the video back and edit it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so loud, the traffic. So excuse the traffic before. Well, I'll continue my story, but as you can see, it's warm out. It's going to get up to 80 degrees today. Spring is, like I mentioned so many times, I didn't mind the cold so much because I knew spring was coming. And it's going to be hot inside my van. Yeah, it's 79 degrees in here now. If I don't roll down the windows later on today and roll them down a little bit, it's going to be up to 90 in here probably. I am under solar panels, so yay. Yeah, it's going to get warm. This is it. Well, you know, here was my thinking, and the only reason I really want to tell you the details of it all is because y'all are going to go through this if you're a nomad. Even if you live in a house, I mean, it is upsetting. You think, oh my gosh, how am I going to get to work? What's going to happen? I can't just have bungees on my trunk and go into work and let my car just sit out there parked, right? And, you know, you want to lock things up, and especially a nomad. Oh my gosh, everything we own is in our vans, basically. So I thought, you know, I'm trying to like rework it in my mind. Like, do I have to get it fixed right away? Yes. And then I go, well, maybe no. And then I'm going through the whole process of, well, where do I park at night? How's that going to be when I sleep at night with that bungee there? Is there another bungee I can get? Is there another way that I can hook that down? You know, so I'm playing the game. I'm just like, okay, how do I avoid this? Spending money to get this fixed. And is there another way? Well, so finally I said, well, you know, I bungeed it down. And then I said, well, I better make the call. Now, I originally went to, it was called Dirty Teas, but they thus changed their name. Well, I called them, because I always took it to them. Even one time I was in Flagstaff, and I do not like mechanics in Flagstaff. The ones they're so overpriced, and yeah, they just really are. I think it's because the minimum wage in Flagstaff is so extreme. It's like $18.50. It's almost $20 per hour for minimum wage. So you can imagine what the mechanics are charging and things like that. So one time, my air conditioner wasn't working properly, and I thought, oh my gosh. So I literally took the time to drive to Tucson, 4 hours away, because I knew my mechanics and I trusted them. So I do trust these people, although everything is so new, but they were just as nice as the other people. They changed names, and then thus they've changed. Obviously, I asked if this person was there, that person was there, and they said no. So obviously it's changed everything. But I'll tell you, they were just as nice. And in a couple days, I'll tell you the name of it. So I drove it there immediately. I mean, I was not prepared for this. I hadn't eaten. I wasn't sure, are they going to keep it? I had to explain to them that I live inside. You know, I had to go through the whole gambit again. The other people in Dirty Teas knew me. And I gave them plugs on my channel and when I had my Facebook group. And I let people know that if you're in Tucson, this is the place to go. And I know a few of you actually did use them. Okay? So I'm willing to send the business there. So I had to do the explanation all over again. You know, it's like, I'm Minivan Lee. I live in my van. He was so nice. And I said, the people before knew me. And what they would do, he goes, well, you can bring it in and we'll look at it and then we'll see and maybe you can leave it. I said, well, here's the deal. Here's the dealio. I live in my van, like I said. And if you keep it overnight, I have to go get a hotel. And not only, okay, the Gem and Mineral Show is over, but now we're in rodeo days. And I'll mention that coming up, what rodeo days is to Tucson. It's a big deal. Oh my gosh. It's huge, I tell you, huge. And it's a huge tradition, big parade. The only or the largest non-mechanized parade in the world. Oh, I'm not kidding. I kid you not. I kid you not. It's a pretty big deal. Everybody wears their boots, although I don't have my boots. I gave my boots away. I think Rhonda, she took my boots. Hey, Rhonda. I just didn't want to carry them anymore. But anybody who lives in Tucson has a pair of boots, you know, and some rancher, you know, get up for rodeo days. Everybody dresses up, even like in stores and stuff. Everybody has, you know, the scarves around and their neck and stuff. Yeah. Hats, you name it. It's rodeo days. And well, here I am telling you about, I said I would. Well, let me just tell you now, actually, even what happens is that on I-10, the highway patrol or whatever will pull somebody over. They'll pick somebody and pull them over. They probably have a heart attack, like, oh my God, what did I do? But what they do is they pull them over and they they give them a key to the city. Yes, you know, to stop and come on in and yeah, enjoy rodeo days with us. So it's a like I said, it's a big deal. Have I said that enough? Have I said big deal enough? Let me say it one more time. Big deal. No, it's big deal. Sorry. Okay, so, but I had to let him know. And he goes, I totally understand. And I said, well, I'll give you a plug and I'll tell people about you and everything. And he goes, well, listen. He goes, you bring it in and I want to look at it. And so I thought, well, why not just go now? I mean, I hadn't even eaten. I was so hungry. But something said, go now, young woman, go. So I went there and, he came out right away and looked at it. And he says, well, there's tension here. He goes, I think you just need a new piece. The one that moves on the actual door, that moves, that latches. And, so he went in and made the phone calls to the dealership. And when I went in, I was just sitting waiting. Within like 5 minutes, he came over and he goes, hey, he goes, the cost of the whole thing will be $161. And I said, oh, okay. I go, well, wonder what the labor will be. And he goes, no, that's all. Okay. And he said that, they have one and they'll probably bring it over sometime today. But he says, if you want to bring it in around noon tomorrow, then that's fine. He goes, just be here. I'll be here at noon and it'll be here by then. And then we'll, I hope there's no glitches in it, but that's how easy it was. You know, we do worry about our vans, don't we? We worry just something fierce about them, like, oh my gosh, what if something happens? And it really, that is money. I mean, that's $161 down. But I feel really good about it. I feel really, I feel grateful. I'm very, very, very grateful that this is all going to be fixed tomorrow. Yes. Thank you. And, yeah. And if something else goes wrong with it, I'm sure that it's all going to work out great. I really do. We need to keep optimistic on everything. And so I do kind of want to talk about gratitude. Without gratitude, we're just clogging up the whole system, the universal system with God's system. We're kind of clogging that up. If we're not grateful for what we already have, it kind of stops the universal flow of other things coming to us. Because if you're not grateful for what you already have, I mean, why would you get more? You know what I'm saying? Why would you get more? Well, I think gratitude is one of the most important, not even just important, it's essential for a good life, for a successful life. Now, they do say when you have gratitude, when you ask for something, and you say, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I want. And we can ask for things that we want. We don't always just say, oh, I need this. We can ask for things that we desire. I mean, we really can. And so you must believe that you have it. You must believe. You have to have faith. And then you have to thank and have gratitude for that. Because if you have gratitude, why would you have gratitude for something that you don't think you're going to get? Gratitude sort of seals the deal, if you know what I mean. It seals the deal. That say, thank you, and this is what I need, and this is what I want. This is what I want. And thank you. Thank you for it. I don't have it in my hand yet, but I know it's going to materialize. And I already imagine that I already do have it. And I'm going to go on that premise that I already have it. So thank you for bringing this to me. Thank you for making this happen. See what I'm saying? You have to speak in such a way that it's already happened. So I'm grateful for my hatch door to be fixed. I'm grateful that I can lock it again. I'm grateful that everything has worked out perfectly and it's not that expensive. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm saying it right now. I am very grateful. I'm grateful for my mechanics. I am grateful for Tucson being such an easy town to maneuver in. I think it is. And I'm grateful that I spent the whole winter here. I'm grateful for everything that led me to being here all winter. I really am grateful. I'm even grateful that I'm traveling solo again. Sometimes I do think about, well, when you have backup or you're traveling with somebody, if something goes wrong, you have that backup and you can help each other drive here and there when those things go wrong. I'm grateful for my life right now. And you know what else I'm grateful for? For you. I mentioned this before and I'll say it again. I'll say it. I need you more than any of you need me. And I don't even know if any of you do need me, but I need you. And you all helped me through one of the darkest times in my life. Well, not the darkest, but one of them. It was a very difficult situation those past 5 months. My goodness, 4 months, going on 5. You helped me heal. Yeah, you did. All of you did. There were a few snarky ones, a few that were kind of snarky about the whole situation, and kind of made fun of it. But that was like 0.01% of you, 0.05%, yeah, not even 1%. So, guess what? We're talking about gratitude. I am grateful for you all, and I just want to express that. I really do. It'll make me cry. Okay. I love you guys.